Yes.
The Montreal sneaker game, to me, it has a lot of potential, but I feel like we're going down the wrong path. Like, we could have gone two ways. Like, to me, like, the Galaxies was like a big turning point in Montreal sneaker culture. It could have gone like positive from there, or what I find to be negative, which is just we found ourselves like trying to camp out for every single shoe just because I feel like just because they do it in New York, we feel like we got to do it here. Well, I feel like Montreal didn't have the time to just be an organic sneaker city that just helps each other out and just just buy shoes because you liked them, and if you couldn't have your size and you knew somebody who wanted a shoe, it wasn't that crazy to think that you could just inform that person to just help somebody out, because who knows, I mean, it's never bad to do a good thing. So why grab something 4 sizes too small instead of just letting somebody just be happy with a shoe that he might want. He might want to resell just like you, but he just might want him because he likes it. Well, I like to still think that every shoe is meant to be worn. So with that mindset, I could say I'm still put in the category of a rocking rather than stocking. But still, like I said, for my Diamond Dunks, I waited 7 years to get a chance to finally hold the shoe in my hand. It's gonna take a lot for like a very special day or occasion, or just a mindset for me to actually take the time to wear them. So that's just why the whole stock theory behind that. That's all right. But if it's a shoe if it's meant for like, if it's a GR LeBron, I cannot fathom like stocking a GR LeBron, because that to me is like, I don't understand. But in general, wear them, please. Well, here's what I think about resellers. I think the word reseller has way too much of a negative connotation next to it, because a reseller can be that person that helps you get a shoe that you've been wanting for so long that didn't drop in your country, or that you were just not around or didn't have the budget to get when they came out. And it's alright to make a profit because you've hold on to them for so long and there's market value and everybody needs to make money. But other than that, I mean, reselling for the sole purpose of truly making money, I'm not for that at all. I mean, let Nike make its money. Why would you try to make us think about it? It comes down to math. You're telling Nike that you're worth basically, let's say an average camp out is 24 hours and you pay $200. So you're willing to not work plus spend $200 to buy their product. So why do you think they're gonna put like quality into it just to resell it? Like, it just makes no sense to me at all. Just buy what you like. Show you guys, because I used to be like only into Jordans. Like I grew up playing basketball. My dad, like when we were kids, like we watched Michael Jordan play basketball. We always wanted to play basketball. So obviously I grew up wanting Jordan shoes, and then Kobe shoes. He was with Adidas, and that was a no-go. Even though I love Kobe, I'm sorry, my heart is with Nike. I'm not gonna like spend all my money on Adidas. So I grew up really wanting Jordans, but the first ones I realized I already showed with we showed the black cements. White cements I also doubled up because I probably just had a good paycheck that week, and you know how sneakerheads are sometimes. A shoe comes out, you get a pair that you obviously wear, which is, for a white shoe, it gets one pretty good, I find. And then you have your dead stock pair. Because why not? And I mean, this whole arguing over this, to me, if like, this is my personal opinion, I really don't want to offend anyone, but if you went around in '88 and like really wanted that shoe, how can you complain that much? I mean, I understand it'd be awesome if it were exactly the same, but then the older people would be like, why did I keep my shoe for 20 years if you're releasing the exact same thing? Like, you know, you have, and there's also there's a business to all of this, and why this is not Nike anymore is because Michael Jordan wants to make more money also. You can't forget that. So that's all, there's so many things that goes behind like the shoes. We can't just complain all the time, so I'm just happy I got a pair to double up on. The quality is not awesome, but like I said, I paid retail for a shoe. Can you get this shoe retail today?
I feel like that shoe should just be a GR, like always. It should always be on the shelf.
And you know what?
They'd make more money almost because it would fucking be just available all the time.
Not even.
It'd be like an Air Force One. That's it.
This to me is like a Chuck Taylor, man. You know
no, but the thing is, it's
classic. You can't get rid of that.
It should always be on sale.
It's iconic because this is the poster. This is where you jump from the free throw line. Like,
exactly.
This is it. So
it should be that iconic that it should always be for sale on shelves.
because I mean, obviously they don't care about the heritage because we've gone past that point in time. So if you're gonna release everything, might as well flood the market, get rid of resellers, and then we'll see who really likes the shoes, and we'll see if Nike can still justify like making people spend $300 US retail for LeBrons.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
That's a market I don't want any part of. That's right.
Other Jordans, threes. I'm a huge fan of the threes. I feel like it's awful because like they're dead now. Like they overdid them. But like they're coming out again, obviously. I might have to get a new pair because obviously this one has done its time. So another pair of Jordan 3s. Another pair of Jordan 3s. This one actually, my brother went to Los Angeles for a week and I begged him to go to Flight Club LA for me. And when he came back, he got these shoes for me, which I've worn a lot. But to me, it's one of the best non-OG colorway of the threes, which compared to what they're bringing on, like Jokers and Crimson, whatever you want to call them. To me, this is like a good example of what a non-OG colorway should be. It doesn't have to be crazy; it can still be just legit. After that, what do we have? I guess I could show these because they released again, but this is the older version.
Very nice.
Very yellow.
I like them. I have like the slightly lower cut.
Yeah. The only thing, like, what's weird about the Jordan 5 is that to me the best part is the tongue, and the worst part is the tongue at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Like, you take a picture with the flash, and you look like a bad boy wearing these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the 3M. But when you wear them, it just sticks up, and like, it's not the best, but like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's the best and the worst part of the shoe. So like, I like 5s a lot too, and again, Jordan is overdoing them, but I have these that I have to have, and this is the other pair that I had to have of 5s. So this is 06 grade.
Nice.
Very worn. I wore these actually for my first camp out at Exclu City for the Galaxy foams, yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
They're still in really good
Overnight, yeah, I mean, well, you have to realize they're shoes that were made for basketball, so if you just wear them just for walking, they have to at least be able to like stand the test of time, or else then you're really getting ripped off, and then it's not worth it anymore, you know?
Now I see the difference between the new.
Yeah, the new one is insane. We went to New York on the weekend they dropped.
Yeah.
And every 4 seconds you see either a man, woman, or child wearing a pair, because they release every single size, and the quality looks so poor, it's insane. So I just had to step away.
Purple pops on those too.
Yeah.
On your pair.
Yeah.
Crazy though.
This is a more recent release that I agree with actually, and I'm happy it came out because it's an original retro.
Yes.
The Bordeaux.
Very nice.
And obviously, like, I think most people know or should know that this is obviously different colors depending on the shoe, like, and also the tongue. One shoe will be like this, the other shoe will be another color. See, it's all in the details. I mean, this is a retro. This is perfect executed retro, decent quality enough. The colorway is not identical, but it pays like enough homage to the original pair to me that I can't really complain. And then, you know, the price wasn't ridiculous on it, so. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, because like, I know I have enough shoes to not need a second pair of black cement 3s.
Right.
Especially a shoe that has a lesser quality than even this one, which didn't come out way back when, you know what I mean?
Right, of course.
But to me, it's just to have them, you know, like you're just safe at home. You can wear them anytime you
The
want.
comfort, you know, the thought.
And you just know you have a second pair. And this shoe, to me, is special because Nike can release them, or Jordan, I'm sorry, as many times as they want. You can still ask me if you could only wear one shoe for the rest of your life, every day. To me, this is the shoe, and like that's the only way I can justify, you know, obviously having
A second pair.
so many multiple pairs or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you have the money, by all means, I mean, you have to be like adult enough to realize what you're doing. I mean, you're giving your money to a company, and if you accept a lesser quality product at a certain price, by all means, it's your money or your parents' money, whatever it may be. But yeah, I don't, like we said, like, I really, like, one of your questions you asked me was like rock or stock. And like I just said, for my diamonds, or like, we could just take the example of my Aqua 8s. Like, I would much rather, because I'm not gonna get a pair of originals. I wasn't around when the 8s were the shit, and I didn't see the All-Star game live when Michael pulled them out.
Right.
So to me, I got a pair. I wore them a whole lot. They're still a quality shoe, so like if you took the time to spend money and you love the shoe, wear them. Like if it's a quality product. If it's a bad quality product, obviously you're gonna even be more hesitant. That's another subject. Did we show the infrareds?
No, we didn't show it on video.
Alright, okay, well there's a little story behind it. This is actually the first shoe I got at Flight Club. I always, like, I've been on Nike Talk since like the beginning of like 2000s, whatever. Like always on the websites, and like sneaker game in Montreal was really, really, really hard. So like, and Flight Club is, whether you like it or not, there's something to be said about the store that has like the courage to say we've had every single shoe that's come out, and nobody's gonna doubt them. You know what I mean? It could be a sample, it could be a PE, it could be extremely limited, friends and family. You know Flight Club might have them or had them yesterday. You know what I mean? It's that type of store. So even though the prices are outrageous, I feel like when you go in store, it's really weird, but like I honestly believe they're lower the prices. They're a little lower, like I don't know what's going on over there, but like Michael can vouch for me, like it seems way cheaper when you're there. You're so much more tempted to buy. But yeah, so this is my first time at Flight Club. Just infrared 6s, which I need to get around to wearing because, can you believe it?
Yes.
But it's my fault. I mean, I'm not gonna be angry because they got yellow before I wore them. It's all me. But yeah, perfect shoe. This is, you know what's crazy about this shoe? Like when Kanye wore them a lot. Like I think he wore them at the VMAs or something once.
Something, yeah, right.
And like the day after, the price on Flight Club jumped $100. I'm not even joking. He wore infrared 6s, and the next day you could see it on Flight Club that it got. But yeah, I just love the shoe because to me this is the epitome of simplicity, but you have just a perfect canvas for a million colorways, which they're doing. I'm not happy about that, but this is like a perfect example. Even though they could have gone a million different directions, they still decided to release this, and this simple, perfect, it's executed. They put more time in quality than in like thinking up of crazy like concepts to give the shoe to have a reason to make you pay more than retail. Because that's the difference. That's why I'm more of an SB head. To kind of round off the Jordans, because I'm not, like I said, I've kind of passed away from Jordans. Like it's too much now. I guess these 11s. This to me is the first shoe that I heard of somebody getting shot for. Like, it's obviously, I feel like it's a shame, but every 11 now somebody has to get shot over. But yeah, it's sad stories for an awesome shoe, which is really pathetic. Even when like, what's wrong about this is that if you really like just did your research and looked at the production like numbers, how many they were gonna put out, and the restocks, like. Why? Like, if you're informed enough to know it's releasing at that day, at that time, at this place, take 2 seconds and find out how many they're releasing, you know? Don't shoot up somebody. But just to be more of a positive for this shoe, which I love, I'm sorry we got so negative. This shoe, awesome because it actually has a Japan sticker price. You can see that.
I'm gonna take a picture of it later.
And this is to me the best Jordan box of all time. The Jordan face box is the best box. Like obviously, like the every new Jordan has a concept box that's amazing. To me, it's just awful for shelving because to me it's symmetry to have like
different boxes.
like this is why it's all the way at the bottom because it's not pretty to me. I don't like that. So I guess that's it for Jordan. Another very, very awesome shoe that I definitely did not take the time to stock. I feel like that question, to me it depends a lot on how much I personally spend on a shoe, not how much it's worth. Like if I get a chance to have a shoe at a good price, even if it's rare and it goes for a lot, that doesn't mean I shouldn't just appreciate the fact that I got a good deal and just go with him. I understand how you can like really appreciate the shoe and not want to wear him as often as I did, but to me it wasn't that shoe for me, so I loved him and I wore him. So for an example of it, it's even better looking like that. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. To me, it kind of reminds me of the Stash print.
Yeah.
The Air Force One high he did. So that's kind of my relation with the Safari print. I know it's obviously more Stash inspired by the Safari than the other way around.
Definitely, but
I just like it. It connected to me like these two, the Stash and these. So I was born in Paris.
Yeah.
Moved to Montreal, then to Abitibi, then back to Montreal.
Okay, cool.
So I first got into the sneaker game because I lived in Montreal, and I went to a private school. And to me, the only way you could stand out is you got your shoes.
Word up.
So like that's when it grew. Like when I saw somebody in my class wear Concords, original Concords, and we're in 6th grade, mind you. And that's when it started to me. From that day on, I was like, and I knew shoes before, but like there's that moment when it's more than just liking shoes. I don't know if it makes any sense to you guys, but when like you get to a point where obviously I'm at, right? Obviously it's not just a habit, it's not just something you like to do. I can honestly, it's a passion. Like I can't recall a single day when I don't check a website or sneaker news of any kind, so, or just, well, obviously I wake up, I'm like surrounded, but it's just, to me, you get, at a certain point you just immerse yourself almost completely. Like if you really love it, that's what, so. Like,
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Count the time you spend checking shit online, right?
Oh, it's impossible. And that's how you get shoes. I mean, like,
Word.
I couldn't, like, there's no way I would have gone halfway. It's obviously that you have to wear, but, like, special shoes, I understand. Take as much time as you can. Like, there's a lot of people, like, we've all heard, like, we've all seen this picture of somebody wearing a tuxedo and Concords. And half the comments are, oh my god, you're so balling. And the other half is, you're such a retard. How could you wear Concords? Like, but you have to realize, just let it be, If this dude is so happy wearing Concords, like, you have to realize, you think of a wedding as an important event, and like you wear shoes accordingly. He thinks of a wedding obviously as an important event, and to him, these are important shoes. This is what he needs to wear.
Yes.
So like, how can you hate on him? You might not agree, but just let him be. And like, if you're 40 and you do it, that's another subject. But most of the pictures I've seen are like high school, graduation,
In
whatever.
their 20s, whatever.
So yeah, that's not. To me, that's just, you gotta let people enjoy what they like. And I feel like today Montreal needs to, like, we have to help each other out. We're not big enough as a city to be like like trying to rip each other off and like calling each other fake and like we're not that big of a city and there's not that many shoes. Like, if we're lucky enough to have like contact in this day and age where like we obviously like we got in contact with each other. So you know what I mean? Instead of like building good relationships like this, I feel like what I'm seeing is more just trying to be a big city, like reselling automatically, like you add value because of hype instead of like quality or just love, because to have that many shoes, to me, if you don't love them, then there's a problem. If you have 1 million shoes and you love every single one of them, by all means, keep buying and keep wearing, or not even wear, like.
Right.
But, there has to be some love in it. When there's no more love, that's when you have a problem.
Word.
That's when you start seeing like B grades pop up and people being like so fast to just jump on them and just buy them just because so and so said they're hot.
Did you find like in your early days on Nike Talk that like stuff was going up for like relatively close to retail? How are people acting towards each other on the boards?
Like what I would say, like just even the Diamond Duck, which is not so like that long ago, they retailed at 60. No, when the 04 they came out. No, the second you get them, there's this high that comes with the, you fall down, and then you have them. You love them, obviously. Like they're amazing. But then there's this little thing in your brain that activates another shoe that happens to pop up in your size. That, oh, I really like. I just got Diamond Dunks, and then I was like, well,
what's next?
I guess Supremes, because I have Stussy Dunks. I have Diamond Dunks. Let me get some Supreme Dunks, because you gotta go like more in depth. After a long time buying shoes, you can't just buy a GR. This Air Force One, which is the Kobe. For the 25th anniversary, right? They did the whole lineup. They did LeBron, Kobe, Stoudemire, and Rashid. I have Kobe, LeBron, and Rashid, but Kobe's my favorite because he's my favorite player. Obviously, the quality is insane. Like, I love when Air Force Ones have extra detail. Like, regular Air Force Ones, they just have like stitching up on here. You can tell this is a premium because, like, obviously it's all over here. You don't see the stitching, and it's premium materials. Leather inside. The tongue is leather. You can see the zoom air. Obviously, it's super clean.
That sole's bananas, man.
Yeah, that color is so hard to describe.
It reminds me of
and it's translucent. Exactly, it's kind of like a bespoke before a bespoke.
Yeah, word.
And it also has kind of like the Kanye.
Nice tips.
Yeah.
Oh, screw off.
Yeah.
Eyelids, very nice.
You know how I got these? I got these in I got these at the Saint-Sauveur outlets.
Get out of here.
I got these, the Rashids and the LeBrons the same day for a grand total of $200, 200 something. The LeBron, the first kind of like released collab, like Air Force One LeBron with that old. So yeah, I'm not really an Air Force One dude, but like I found myself buying Air Force Ones because they're kind of like the original SB, like any collabo. Because like you can Stash, Futura, name any artist, they're gonna do an Air Force One most probably before they do an SB unless they're like deep in the skateboarding community. Another LeBron, the Chamber of Fears. This one is a self-doubt model. Again, super quality. And the best part about this shoe is the insole. These came out the same time as the LeBron 2s came out. I don't know if you can get all that.
Can you take them out and put them both together?
Yeah. Well, no, but it's the same thing on both shoes.
Oh, it is? Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was...
It would have been nicer, but I mean...
That's sweet,
still,
though.
I like it. Yeah. Also, another Air Force One that, to me, this is like a total sneakerhead purchase. This is like an example. Like, I felt bad having so many shoes without having a pair of white-on-whites. And that's just me growing up at a time when, like it or not, this was the shoe that was like the uniform. You had your Chuck Taylors before, and now the Air Force One had its time. And I feel like it's just not right for somebody my age to have that many shoes and not. And I know I'm probably never gonna wear it because it's one and done with these ones. Yeah. And it's an all-white shoe, and I don't know if I could pull it off, but I still had to have them because it's just a legit sneaker. Another like sneaker like that to me is like the Neon 95. Like they just released them, but I just didn't grab them because life just happens. But to me, that's another shoe that like it's just staples you have to have, like an all-white Air Force One. Infrared 6s before the hype was a shoe that every sneaker had, just because it was a classic, not because of Kanye West or anything else, because of the quality. The first one I got was, I always wanted the Royal Blues, but when you're 13, try to convince your mom to pay $300 for a shoe. It's not going to be easy. So this is Pewters, which is not an old release at all. I've always known about phones, but this is just the first pair that I happened to be able to have. And now I'm actually just down to 3 foams. This one, the Electrolines, and another one that I'm gonna show you later. Kobe's. I guess I could show you a few Kobe's that I have. The ultimate hype Kobe that I have. I feel like the ultimate hype Kobe in general, except like this maybe was the Kobe's also. The 7s kind of got attention, but the story behind this shoe, pretty random. I just happened to walk into a Foot Locker and they were buy one get one half off, so I got this shoe and another shoe that I don't recall at the time, but just goes to show how fast things escalate, eh?
Definitely.
Because like I got this in Montreal at a Foot Locker BOGO, and now you have a lineup for almost every release. That's insane. Other Kobe's that I like. Galaxy Kobe's. What sold me on this was, you know, when Exclusivity did, like, obviously, like, to me that was huge for a store in Montreal to have the whole All-Star pack.
Yeah.
And to sell them for Canadian retail. And, like, to me it was my first camp out, and they were super nice with us, so it was a good experience. And they did this video, like, when they showed him, and this is like, I like this shoe, I like this shoe, I like this shoe, and when I see this, I love this shoe, and this is what made me get it. You know, little things. So
Definitely.
it's just that video. I remember JD just turning him, and I was like, you know, and then it was bam. That's all it takes, I guess, sometimes for certain shoes. You just see that one thing, and this also pretty nice. The patch here. But yeah, glow in the dark, which is insane how popular it still continues to be.
Yep.
The LeBron 7, one of like the better LeBron models to me. The 2, the 7s are basically the top 2 LeBrons. And these Dunkmans. They kind of like remind me a lot, obviously, of the 11s, but it's still its own shoe, which is very good. And they did that whole, you know, the hero pack, the LeBron 7. They did like the black and red, but the LeBron 7, but it still had the like soul, like it mimicked exactly the soul of the 11s, and it had the Jumpman Jordan here. It was insane. But yeah, awesome LeBron. I love Volt. You're hungry. Another nice LeBron, also because of the box, which is, to me, this justifies a price increase in a shoe. When you pay above what another colorway will cost you, and you get this, which has leather, it has a real handle, it has even all this, the LeBron's birthday and everything. I imagine it's going to be better on picture, but just in case.
In effect, it's another level of sneaker.
Exactly, and it's just, you like to know that the people that sold it to you kind of took time into what they're selling you, you know what I mean?
Exactly. A lot
That's
of
all.
thought went into this product.
And then you got these.
Very nice.
It's also a love-hate shoe. A lot of foam. It's a beautiful shoe. Which is insane. Also, you can tell that for the LeBrons, because if you look right here. Yeah. Which is something that's very good about LeBrons. They always put like detail. I just found out of you know, we were talking about the 6s. I just found out the 6s had details on every shoe that like I didn't even hear about until just now. Like this is the All-Star 6, and if you look inside right here, this is how you know. 09 All-Star. See, most people, I'm sure a lot of people don't know that about the LeBron 6, even if you own a pair, because I didn't know until recently. Like, I'm not gonna act like I knew, but
Nice.
special features, that's all it takes, you know? So I feel like I'm showing it a lot because, like, SVs, if I buy them, it's because I really, really want them, so. And this is just another classic. De La Soul. I have to thank Toddy for this one. He actually helped me on getting him, so thank you very much, man. Love this shoe.
Shout out to Tutti Flores.
Mm-hmm. Very, very important man, actually, for sneaker culture. But anyway, De La Soul, awesome dunk. This, another very, very good SB. It's a cat dunk. Now this, unfortunately, you can't field is, but just, you know, it's obviously the state of California flag represented here. You even have the bear, which is awesome. In here and in here, perfect. The star. Kind of reminds you of the Heinekens also, but it still stands out as a Cali shoe because it's, well, it didn't get sued. To me, my favorite era of the SB, I mean, if you know, like, you can tell an SB era from the boxes. Like, it started off as a real quick history lesson. It started off as a normal box. This isn't actually an SB box, but it would be like this. It would just be called Nike Dunk Low Pro B. That's what it would be, not even like an SB. And then it graduated into silver. And then from silver we went to pink, which I have right here. I guess pink. That's kind of not pink. Pink. After pink is black, right? Black box era. Then we switched it to gold for what seemed like half a minute to me. Gold box. And then what seemed like a decade, we got the ever popular blue box. And then now we have this one, right? I feel like that's all of it, right?
Yeah, for now.
In order, yeah, for now. Hopefully they'll switch it up soon. Keep it going, I guess, with the, if you don't mind, these ones. Like, just like I said earlier with the Air Force Ones, like, the white on white is a classic. Gum bottom is also, to me, a sneakerhead classic. And this, the Jedi. Awesome. So I love the neon stitching on this. It's little details. It's beautiful. And again, quality you cannot shy away. And you have to remember, this shoe released for $65 or less at the time, because I know Pink Box for a fact started at $69 retail. So we're talking, if anything, less than that. And just look at the quality on this, it's insane. That's why I love them. Jedis. Also, this, real quick, I got these as a steal on Soul Collector, so I just had to have them. Also part of a pack that I hope to get all three. This is, I feel, the most common one to have. Burgundy and baby blue are basically your easy ones to get. Obviously the one with the deep green only released 420 of these ones. These are where really the pack is at, if you have to say. But I love burgundy as a color, and like Nike really released an all hemp shoe. We still have, like, you can't forget that it's one of the world's biggest companies actually doing it openly.
Yeah.
To me. And they're super comfortable. So this has to be one of the all-time Nike greats and silver boxes for sure. Also, I guess part of a pack. I guess you could say I really like packs. I should get the complete and the Lucky Sevens. I mean, I don't know how much people in Montreal know about SB, but this is just as good as it gets, basically. I mean, because there's just, it's crazy. Try describing these to somebody and not making them look so weird and awful, but yet when you look at them every time, they're just awesome, to me at least, you know? Like, try saying, yo, I got this new shoe, get this, it's all gold and wheat and the bottom's green. You're gonna love them. You're like, alright, I'm not sure what you're talking about here. But when you get this, it's just perfect. Alright. So I guess to conclude with the SBs, I'll show you my most exclusive one that I have. And also, I guess, one of my favorites after the diamond one is the also popular pineapple dunks. Have to put the red laces, in my opinion, on these, or else it's just uncivilized.
There we go, man. Classic SB as well.
It's just, I mean, quality on these. I don't know if, I guess it's an old shoe, so this story needs to be told maybe. Nike, this obviously, when you see it, strikes you, it's a Heineken branding, but Nike didn't ask for the permission, and when these released, Heineken got kind of angry and they released a cease and desist. So to get a pair, you really had to be in the loop, or at least like scoop them right away, because they were gone before you knew it, and it's just so perfectly executed. It's just, again, a perfect combination of just like, it's already an awesome shoe, but the story behind it, it actually got Heineken's attention enough to be like, we don't want this to be out there, blah blah blah. It just adds so much to the soul, SOLE, of the shoe, I guess. Oh, there's one more SB that, I'm sorry, deserves to be shown. And we were talking quality, and I love SBs, as you can see. This is, now if you want to talk about hype, you can't forget the Lord and Savior.
Some might say this started it all.
Jesus Christ. But my God, isn't it just beautiful?
Yes,
Forget everything else. Isn't
Yes,
it just good looking? Honestly.
If you've been into sneakers for a while, you know that this is an interesting shoe regardless.
Court Force bottom, right? I'm not mistaken. Court Force, right?
I believe so, yes.
I'm not sure. I don't want to. But obviously, you know, like, Kanye West sat down with designers and showed like his vision of what a Nike shoe would be. And to me, it's just a classic. And let's not forget, this is the first shoe that like has a SKU that's not for an athlete. Nike is a sportswear brand. It doesn't do music, it doesn't do anything else but athletes. The only person, they've done collabos with obviously a million artists, but as a SKU, like to be in the Nike system, Kanye West, one and only, so you cannot take that away from him.
That's a definite, man.
That's it. So I'm hopefully getting the whole, have a chance to get all of them one day.